Hey guys, Aqua Duelist here, and I am back with another deck profile. This time I'm doing Kaiju Ballpark because that actually topped at the New Zealand Regional about a month ago, and I really honestly want to try it out. So took it, tested it, did my own little kind of twist with it, got some new cards in here from the new set that drops Friday. Went to the sneak peek, so it's going to be interesting. I know some people are probably tired of seeing insects on here. Probably like, how I did a bunch of dominant stuff. This is probably the last ballpark deck profile we're going to see for quite some time. We probably are going to see some other different like insect decks down the road though later, because I kind of found out I really do like insects. So yeah. So we'll be moving on to other decks. So yeah, because I know a lot of people are probably getting tired of seeing these. So starting out, we have three of the best card in the deck. Pole, level 3. If it's sent to the grave in any way, you can add a level 4 insect monster from your deck to hand. If it's a vanilla, you special summon it and you get a pop. You pop a monster on your opponent's field whose attack is greater than or equal to, and it doesn't target. So really funny. Locals, like this last locals, I actually used this to out a Boral Sword, which is pretty freaking hilarious. So yeah. For the Manillas, we are playing 3 of the Insect Knights, and then 3 of the Neo Bugs. Don't really like playing 6 vanillas, but you kind of have to learn it the harder way. It is nicer because now I don't have to recycle as fast with Insector Palcafina, but you do have some chances for bricking, and surprisingly, ever since I've changed my build to this, I haven't really been bricking with these guys like I used to before, so I don't know. I think maybe I just had bad luck originally. So, and then I'm also playing 3 Resna Insects, probably the second best insect of the deck. So if he's sent from the field to the grave, you add a level 5 or higher insect monster from your deck to hand, and then if it's banished, you can send an insect from deck to grave, so it's basically like a foolish burial. You combo it off with your Goki Pole over here. So yeah, that's really nice. And then with it, we are playing 3 copies of Aztecapede, the Worm Warrior. Sucks that I have a rare and 2 Shire Foils. I ordered a 3rd Shire Foil multiple times, and people keep sending me rares, or they get lost, so really annoying playing with that. But basically a smaller Doom Dozer. You special summon him by banishing 1 insect from your graveyard. Can't be special summoned in other ways. If it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, send top card of their deck to the graveyard. 1900. So we're basically going to be using him to banish our Resonant insects, so that's why these go together. It's overall a really nice extender, which I do actually like. Like, I really like this, so yeah. And then also playing 3 Danger Mothmans, that Prismatic Secrets though. Nice little help for draw power, little free body that you can get. And most of the time, I find that he's going to be my main search for Goki Pole if I don't want a special summon. In some circumstances, it does come up. Like if you're going first. Most of the time, he's the card I want to add. Everyone knows how dangers work. At least they should. Your opponent chooses a card randomly. He can, he special summons himself and draws a card. And if he does get picked, he essentially is a Dark Ward Dealings. Both players draw a card and discard a card. So either way, with him, you are going to be drawing a card. So Works really good with Goki Pull as well. And then we have one Ulti Doomdozer, first edition. It's beautiful. Gotta play that. Ultis, only way you can play him. He's our search target for Resonant Insect. And he requires he requires that you banish 2 monsters, and then if he inflicts battle damage to your opponent, his life points, they send a top card from their deck to grave. I really would like to play 2. I've been playing 2 for the longest time, and there's a reason why I just cut this down to 1, which I'll explain later in the video. Okay, so we are playing 3 Nibiru's. Everyone kind of knows what this card does. It's the hot topic it's been a hot topic for quite a while. Just a board wipe, essentially. Tribute all the monsters on the field whenever your opponent whenever your opponent summons 5 or more monsters. Really, really ridiculous. And I'm also playing one other rock monster, 1 copy of Bear Statue of the Drought. I'm going to get into these guys later when I get into the extra deck, because this is a whole little package I got going on here, and I really kind of want to explain that later, because there's some pretty crazy stuff when I get into it. But just this guy, no monsters can be special summoned except Earth, so yeah, that's what that guy does. Really, really old card. Really like the bear statues. And then of course the 3 Ash Blossoms. Excuse me, hand is a little itchy. Basically, just your opponent searches. Just know we don't want your opponent to get stuff from the deck. Every deck plays this at 3. It's a staple card. Then we are playing the Kaijus. So playing 2 of the Kumongous, the 1 Gardala, and then the 1 Gamma Seal. I did try doing 2 Gardalas. I don't know. I kind of do like this. But I kind of want to, like, at the same time, I kind of want to drop the Gamma Seal for another Gardala, because this way I can recycle all of my Kaijus. But anytime you do use Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, you're at least getting one of like, you're always going to go for one of these in either or. So yeah. And Kaijus, everyone kind of knows what they do essentially. Okay, so best card of the deck. So this card, really, really stupid, really, really insane. If either player would take battle damage, no one takes damage for that battle, and then you special summon, or you send a insect from deck to grave, level 4 lower. If it's a vanilla monster, you can special summon it and any number of monsters with the same name from hand, deck, or grave. So you essentially get to summon 3 vanilla insects, which is really, really crazy. And then the second effect doesn't really come up. At least I think I've only had it happen 1 time to me ever in the months I've been who knows how long I've been playing this. But if your opponent destroys a insect monster by a card effect, you can special summon a normal vanilla insect from your deck, or not from your deck, from your graveyard. So yeah, it doesn't really come up that often. And then of course with this we are playing the 1 Terraforming to search it, and then the 1 Metaverse to also search it. So we're essentially playing 5 ballparks here. So yeah. Then for the rest of the spells, we are playing 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers, literally Dark Hole, and then each person gets a Kaiju, banish it next turn, and then you can add a Kaiju from the deck to your hand. So yeah, really nice, since we do have 2 different insect Kaijus, so we can recycle them to keep it live. Then we are playing the 1 Foolish Burial for Goki Pull, and then we are playing the 1 Gold Sark. I kind of wish this would come back to 3, because that'd be stupid. So this essentially banishes the Resonant Insect, sends the Goki Pull, and then you can either get a free body and a pop, or a search for whatever level 4 insect you want. So this is really stupid. Konami, bring that back to 3, please. Okay, so going into the extra deck, we are playing 2 copies of Insector Palakfina. Just takes 2 insects. When she's summoned, you can discard a card and target 1 other insect you control. Equip a insect from deck to hand, or I'm sorry, not deck to hand, from the deck to the other insect, and the equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense. So basically, you would equip Resonant Insect or Goki Pull if needed for it as the equip card, you know, to get their effects off. And then her other effect, you can target 3 insects in your graveyard, shuffle them in deck, draw a card. So basically, insect Link Digusto Emerald, 2 Link Spiders, just a way to link up with the vanillas. I do like having 2, although I haven't really found myself using both, surprisingly, which I find kind of odd because all my other builds I found myself using 2. And so I don't know, I might consider dropping 1 Link Spider, but I do like the fact of having 2 in case if I need to go into another one. It does happen every, I don't know, not often, but it's there. So next we're playing the Almirage, a nice little combo starter if you draw the Resonant Insect or the Goki Pull. You can just link it into this. Its effect doesn't really matter too much. We're not really going to be using it, but it's kind of there. It's nice. So if a normal summon monster you control destroy a battle, so let's say you wanted to activate Ballpark on your turn. I mean, you could, but you could you know, use this to bring it back. Or it would come back. Oh, this could come back. So yeah, but yeah, it just doesn't come up. We mainly use it to as a little starter. So yeah. Then we also play Nightmares. We play Nightmare Phoenix, Cerberus, and then the Unicorn. Destroys trap spells, destroys monsters, bounces monsters back to the deck. So yeah. I am playing 1 copy of the new Seraphim Palapon. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I need to actually test this, see how well it does. But yeah. So what this, for those of you who don't know what this guy does, he gains 200 attack for each counter on it, and he takes two or more monsters with different names. He's a Link 3. And its effects read this. If this card is Link summoned, you can place 1 counter on it for each insect monster. Uses Link material, and then quick effect, you can remove 1 counter from your graveyard. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower insect monster from your graveyard into defense position. So we could really abuse, not really abuse, but we could essentially kind of abuse Resonant Insect or Goki Pull with this actually. So that's really nice. Like I said, I haven't gotten to really test this yet. Don't know how I feel about it, but I think it is a nice addition. So, and then I am playing 1 copy of Topologic Trisbania. Nice little way to essentially out traps and spells. Honestly, probably the 1 Link 3 I would just go into if I wanted to go into a Link 3. I actually did have 1 player scoop just because I made this, so that was pretty interesting. It was against Endemoniums, so yeah. And then for the last Link, I am playing Boral Sword. Kind of wish I had an Avramax to play in place of this. I just find that most of the time, if I was going to make this, I'd basically just be able to OTK with the vanillas. I don't know, I already do enough damage, but it's just nice to have this there. Like I said, I kind of wish I had an Avramax, I would play that over this. So, yeah. Okay, so going off into the XYZs, we play the Tornado Dragon, Pop Spell or Trap, whatever. The Daigusto, or not Daigusto Emerald, oh geez. Sorry, Abyss Dweller, block out graveyard effects. We are playing the new Gallant Granite, so this is what I wanted to talk about real quick with the Nibiru or Nibirsu and the Earth Barrier Statue, because that is rock. This deck doesn't have a lot of going first plays. Essentially, this is a going second deck, so it doesn't have really any going first plays, but we can make this rather easily. So going first, this is actually a really good option, and the reason why I say that is because you can essentially add Nibirsu, which your opponent's going to know you have the Nibirsu now. So they're not going to essentially most of the time, they're not going to want to make a crazy board knowing you have it. So they're going to essentially try to play around the fact that you do have it in your hand. So that does open you up for mind games, essentially. Or you could also add the, the Bear Statue, because it is rock, and you can actually make this without normal summoning. It is possible. So, yeah, you could do it. It's up to you. It's honestly up to you what you want to add. So yeah, you are open up some mind games with this, and going first, I do feel like it is a solid option. Plus, with Ballpark, I think this, like, if you're going first, you get this in Ballpark. You get your Nibirsu or your Bear Statue, you're in a very good position, especially if you're able to null summon the Bear Statue, because now, essentially, if they do run over it, they get punished, allowing you to basically get a bunch of level 4 insects, which the insects we do play are kind of strong. So, and then lastly, Baguska, in case we need to stall, get 2 turns, get some cards. We do have that option now. So side decks, you guys can play whatever you want. I'll just show you mine really quick. So I'm playing 3-dimensional barriers because locally we have a lot of pendulums, and we do have one person who plays heroes who is a struggle to play against, and we do have some fusion stuff going on. So yeah, it kind of hits both. So that's why I'm playing this. I'm playing the Artifact Engine because, it's really, really good. Lock your opponent out of your extra deck. It's really nice. If I'm going first, I'm going to side this in because, I guess, we just don't have a lot of, we don't really have any going first plays starting out. So sometimes my opponent, everyone knows what my deck does locally, so that's why I'm playing the Granite, because sometimes they will make me go first, so I have something at least, but yeah. Then I'm siding 2 more, the Bear Statue of the Drought. I honestly just didn't know what to put in, and why not? I had 2 slots left. 3 Denko Rekkas, because we don't like back row, and I don't like True Dracos. I don't know. And then we were playing 3 Twin Twisters, so because we also don't like back row. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I tried to go in depth as I could, so I know this video is running really, really long. Sorry, guys, but I want to go as in depth as I can with my deck profiles. If I'm going too in depth, let me know down in the comments. Just go ahead and critique me with y'all's thoughts. If it's just too long or skim it down, let me know. So yeah, if you guys want to, links to my Patreon down in the description. If you guys are feeling pretty nice, pretty generous today. If not, don't worry, I'm not offended. Link description down below to my Discord server if you guys want to join that, hang out and such. I do work literally every day except Sunday, so I try to be on there still. I only work like half the day most of the time, so. And link description down below to my Facebook page, because if I'm not making videos, it's kind of hard to right at the moment for me. I do try to post stuff on there and such, and try to interact with my fans on there and such. So thank you guys for watching. I will see y'all in the next video.